Okay, alrighty. Guys, look! That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I hung it up. Yeah, I hung up the poster. The poster is hung, people. The poster is hung. Unfortunately, now I was gonna put like a little shelf right over here, but now it looks. But I didn't like how the shelf looked. It looked a little ugly. And now there's like a kind of like a naked area over here. So maybe another poster. The cat wheel stands out so much. Sorry, I'm gonna move the cat wheel out of this room. Just ignore the cat wheel. Now I'm like, what do I put in here? Put a window. Oh, okay. You think my landlord will be okay with that? They'll probably be okay with that, right? A sword. I'm gonna.
Shut up, socialist.
God, completely. I completely forgot that. Brandon, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs. Thank you. Oh my god. I support give Denims a sword movement. The sword. I don't know. Maybe a light up sign that just says not for when Denims takes over. Might be onto something. Emmanuel, thank you for the 40 months. Oh, also, I did order the soundboard, but I don't think it came in yet, so I haven't set it up. I think. Let me see. I put it on my to-do list and I got it done. It says it got delivered. But where? Interesting. Herm.
The fault shall be defeated.
Well, anyways, a curved sword? I don't know. A not Denim's neon sign with both words controlled separately would go so hard, not gonna lie. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. 2 swords. What if we got 2 swords? Then I would maybe I would have to move the poster to the left and get a second sword. Well, anyways, I just want you guys to know I did hang it up. I did, in fact, hang it up. So, more swords than shirts. I like it. Yeah, so I want you guys to know. Has it been a year already? You know what, Denims? Just take the poster down and just get multiple swords. You know what? Good idea. What if I just burn the poster down? What if I do that? Hear me out. 5 swords. Okay, you guys are getting a little silly. You guys are getting a little silly. We have work to get to. All right, guys. All right. Now, we have a lot of stuff I'm excited to talk about today. First and foremost, I don't know how many of you guys saw the California governor debate last night, but I haven't gotten a chance to see it. And I was thinking if it's pretty good, maybe we could watch it together, but not before. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. This Epstein suicide note. I have to. I have to. You know what I mean? I have to. My favorite thing at this point, honestly, is that all of this shit could be totally real, but there is so little trust, and Trump has unironically damaged people's trust in media and in news so hardcore that nobody believes that any of it is real anymore. So yeah, I gotta get to that. And then and then the insider trading on oil, and then later. And then some Iran war coverage and some variety content. And I also wanted to talk about, I just wanted to have a fun segment where we do some Denims derangement syndrome because I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be funny. Okay. Just because I felt like talking about it. Where did you get that couch? I think I just got it off of Amazon, I'm going to be honest. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I also forgot to cover it up. So the cats have completely destroyed this arm and I don't know what to do. So, well, anyways, yeah, DDS is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. Denims, do you think Fetterman will actually change party? Fuck no. Just let the cats have the couch. It's the easiest option. Well, I guess I didn't think about it that way. Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. Buy them a new couch to destroy. Oh, okay. Also, I saw a Moist Critical video that I maybe wanted to watch, maybe, perhaps. Perchance. And normally I wouldn't say, well, I'll explain. I'll explain in a sec. You legit can't search for Denims on YouTube anymore without seeing 20 lunatic videos before any good ones. Yeah, it's like if I can show you guys, there was a post like that on TikTok about Hassan. There's something about being on the left that just makes people on YouTube go insane. Finding this post will be impossible. But we can try. We can try. It was like, oh, I didn't even know this guy made political content. Wow, this guy seems cool. What the hell? I just looked him up on YouTube. Why are there a bunch of greasy weirdos talking about it? Let me see if I can find it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's begin, shall we? Shall we begin? We need to flood the zone. Yes, we need to flood the zone with Denims propaganda. Pro-Denims propaganda. Okay, let's do this. Yes, good. 509th Hassan is done video. Yep. Dude, there was another update to this story as well. Do you guys remember the story about the JP Morgan sex slave? The guy who filed the suit against JP Morgan apparently also pretended his dad was dead to get bereavement leave. Dude. Dude, what the? Huh? What the? All right, let me see. Hold up. Wait, is it? No. I want to find this post for you guys because it was really funny. Come on, I can find it. Believe in me. This is just for you guys to enjoy. Oh man, I don't think I can find it. Maybe it was a long ass time ago. Anyways, yeah, it was just this post. It was like a screenshot of like some TikTok comments, and it was like a TikTok comment that's like, "What the hell? Why did I go to YouTube and find only weirdos talking about Hassan? What the fuck?" Maybe if I just like look it up. Perhaps. Perhaps. I know somebody else has seen it. I know somebody else has seen it. Unfortunately, I can't find it, but that's okay. Oh, wait. No, I can't find it. It's okay. If I find it and I know the exact one, but I don't know where I even saw it. It's okay. If I find it, I will show it to you guys. Otherwise, just imagine that it's really good. All right. I did, however, want to show all of you this. Cuba's literacy rate dropped by 20% after the arrival of Nick Shirley. Did you guys see? Did you guys see Nick Shirley liked a tweet that I'm pretty sure was that was making fun of him, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the literacy to be able to understand that the post was making fun of him. Let me see if I can find that one, perhaps. It's in the comment actually. No, it's not this one. No. It was a different one. It was a different one. It was like, oh, I can't remember what it said. I can't remember. I think it might have been an Adam Mockler tweet. It was yes, yes, it was this one. So Nick Shirley, I don't know how many of you guys saw this. He was like, he went to Cuba and then Cuba, I guess, took some of his cameras or something. Here, let's watch it.
All right, depending when this comes out or if it does, we are currently
trying not to laugh.
Being tailed by Cuban intelligence.
Sorry. Even the Denims haters can't help but insult Nick Shirley. So, an OnlyFans whore mocking mentally disabled people in 2026. Why'd you call him mentally disabled? I didn't even say that.
Here in Havana, Cuba. I came here. I've been wanting to make a video for so long about life in communism and showing people what communism is like.
By the way, he's also violating U.S. law by staying in a hotel not approved by the U.S. government.
In a place like Cuba, for instance. Came here to make this video, and when people think about communism, they typically just think about how communism is supposed to make everything equal, whether it be the amount of money someone makes or how food's distributed and how the markets are then controlled by the government. However, something that people do not think about, including myself.
I was like, can't believe you're laughing at a poor FAS baby. Listen, we have no way of knowing if that's true or not, okay? Also, it's disrespectful to FAS babies.
Is how in communism, they do not have freedom of speech. They don't have freedom of press. And therefore, they want to make sure everything that is posted or out in the world about their country is filtered or censored. So here in Cuba, as soon as I arrived into Cuba, I did everything that you need to do to come into Cuba as far as the documentation that it takes to come into Cuba. Right now, there's a big problem taking place here in Cuba, the largest humanitarian crisis they've had in maybe 50 years. And there's no...
Denims, is bro drunk? Why are there so many mouth noises, bro? This is just like how he talks, man. I don't know. I don't know why he talks like that. Well, I think he's just like really dumb. He's just one of the children that were left behind.
Oil or gas due to the blockade after...
He really does speak like a 6-year-old. I don't want to tell all of you that in Cuba they think communism is good. Like, oh my...
Trump and the United States took over and captured Maduro. So Venezuela is no longer supporting Cuba with any oil or gas. and that also affects everything that they have, essentially, between whether it be the food or from it being the life.
Crazy, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. Denims, this is unironically the next evolution of MAGA influencers. It started with Ben Shapiro and it's been getting dumber and dumber. Well, I think that like on the right, there's always been pseudo-intellectualism in like the forefront. And I think we've just like
Denims is streaming.
given up on pretending to be intellectuals, or they like, I think the right has just given up on pretending to be intellectuals. And now they just kind of like point at something and say, isn't this bad because I say so? It's like, okay. Were you gonna add anything there, or were you just gonna, that was it? That was the full argument? Oh, okay. Got it.
Right, and the power shortages here, or just the gas alone. Here in Cuba, you hardly see any cars driving around because nobody can afford gas. For 1 liter of gas, it's
I wonder why they can't afford gas. Surely it has nothing to do with the blockade.
$10. Okay, so where am I getting? Where am I getting from here? So I go out at the airport. They seize all of my cameras. They seize both my GoPros, my Meta glasses. These are not my Meta glasses. All my microphones. However, the only thing they don't take is my iPhone camera. That's what I'm filming this on right now. They don't take my iPhone camera, and somehow they didn't get this microphone that was in the very, very bottom of my backpack. So we get out and we go start to make the video.
I did see one post that said that fundamentally Nick Shirley is an agent of the U.S. government and the U.S. government propaganda machine, and it actually is Cuba's. It is in Cuba's best interest to actually take all of his shit. Like, we wouldn't allow it in the U.S. Can you imagine like a Russian agent coming to the U.S. with a bunch of cameras? If the U.S. Customs or like TSA took away all of that guy's cameras or whatever, or like a Chinese agent came with a bunch of like cameras to record the shit show that is the United States, and we took away all their stuff and they reported on this, they'd be like, well, that guy's an instigator. He should have all of his stuff taken away. Like, the MAGA chuds would literally defend that immediately. Hello?
Video asking Cubans about life in communism, showing what's going on with the blockade, showing kind of the downfall of.
Guys, I wanted to talk about this a little bit later. But you guys are. Dude, it's kind of rough being a Denims hater. Because the replies you get are brutal. Because what do you mean this chatter is still going? Hey, whore, how's the lawsuit with Ethan? And nothing I could even think of is going to be as mean as what Cute Karma wrote. The only whore is your sad mother who drank throughout her unfortunate conception of you and her dad/brother/husband. I couldn't come up with something that mean if I wanted to. Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Of Cuba. One sec, I'm working on getting this out.
Why is this video so long? It's just 12 minutes of him forgetting the word Cuba.
Right now, we're currently planning our escape route out of Cuba right now, so had to
Escape route like they were kidnapped and didn't choose to go there.
Respond to take a message to get out of here somehow. So we go out into the streets and we start filming this video. We're showing people what life is like in Cuba right now, how there's hardly any cars out in the streets. The buildings are like crumbling essentially. All the university is
the best part about this shit is like you can literally just like go to Detroit and this looks like half of Detroit. Like, honestly, not even just Detroit at this point. Just like go to most major cities in the United States, and there are areas that just look like this. And we're the richest country in the world. We don't even have an excuse for our cities looking like this, by the way. Like, go in a lot of places in the Midwest, and this is just like what it looks like. And we have no excuse. We're not dealing with an embargo. Like, what?
Destroyed the University of Cuba. There's hardly any food out for the people, and just the mass poverty that's taking place, and asking people about things such as communism, what life is like in Cuba. Well, when we're doing one interview near a hospital where there's a huge line outside the hospital, because here the hospitals aren't even working, essentially. The lines are taking forever, and with their hospital and the government controlling the hospital, that also affects the power. So right now you currently have surgeons doing operations with flashlights because there's no power inside of.
And Cuba still is the world's largest exporter of doctors. Isn't that pathetic for the United States?
The hotel in the hospitals. Right now I'm in the only hotel in Havana that has 24/7 electricity, 24/7, because this is the only one that has that access. That's what the reason why I booked this hotel was, because their website was the only one that was operating 24/7. All the other.
Why is he dripping up 24? 24 is 24.
Other ones weren't, so that's why I was able to get this hotel. And anyways, we're filming this video, and when we're next to the hospital, we see undercover cop roll up on us, and my security guards that are with me, they detected him, and then all of a sudden there's another one. So we hopped back in another taxi, we left the scene, and we thought we were good.
This guy thinks ICE agents should be able to cover their faces, by the way.
They didn't tell us, and we left. But since we left the airport, we had been getting tailed, or the word had gotten out that there was a journalist inside of Cuba. There's only 2 flights that come in here every single day. So it wasn't hard to spot out who the journalist was, and that's what my tourist visa said. That's what my visa said. It said for journalistic activities. So you can come here. There's 12 categories in which you can come, and journalist activities is one of those. So therefore, that is why I came.
The journalism in the room with us.
And right now it is currently 9:30, and we have Cuban intelligence down in the lobby of the hotel right now, working to essentially try to round us up and potentially imprison us.
Oh my god, wait, sorry, breaking. I actually did find it. What the hell? For the person talking about YouTube searches, really quickly, I found it. TikTok comment sections are a whole other world. And it's the Fear and Pod, and it's a clip of Hassan laughing, and it says, "Dude in the white muscle shirt laugh is hilarious. Dude, you should watch his Chad Vice YouTube video with your rage. It's hilarious." Hassan Piker is his YouTube channel. I looked him up because of this video, and all I found was a bunch of gross-looking guys talking about him and calling him a terrorist. I'm confused. But there was an update. Oh, okay, look, like, it's just a standard Israeli propaganda. Being against genocide equals terrorism. Gonna go give him a follow. The problem with being an unwashed loser who calls everyone you don't like a terrorist and a terrorist sympathizer is that the people who actually aren't for war crimes by Israel and are capable of and have been capable of calling the actions in Gaza a genocide, that is an immediate judge me by my enemies. It's like, the person who gets called a terrorist and a terrorist sympathizer for standing with the Palestinian people, or gross unwashed loser whose only YouTube videos are Hassan is 100% done. Hassan is 10,000% done. Yeah. 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 Weird that unwashed and washed are both bad things. I know, right? All All right, continuing. I don't know how much more we can watch of this, but let's try.
or make it so we cannot leave Cuba. So right now we're coming with a game plan to escape Cuba.
Just said that. What? You got in. What do you mean escape plan?
Our original flight is to leave on Saturday. Right now it's Thursday, so we're going to be leaving tomorrow morning if we can make it to the airport. We're about 1.5 miles away from the U.S. Embassy right now, which could be our possible way out of this situation by going to the embassy. However, that does not stop Cubans from stopping us before we get to the embassy. It's about 1.5 miles away, so we have to make it to the embassy. And right now there's 3 essentially Cuban spies down at the bottom of our hotel right now.
Cuban spies. Cuban spies.
And we have to figure out how we're going to escape. We're trying to get a hold of the embassy right now and see if
We
can
have to figure out how we escape from the Cuban spies. We have to figure wow.
stay there overnight and then buy our
Man, this new COD mission kind of sucks. Man, COD's really falling off lately, huh?
plane ticket last minute so that doesn't pull off any red flags to the Cuban government before we arrive to the airport. This is not a joke. When we talk about communism and we talk about the effects of communism, something that you often don't look at is the freedom of speech or the freedom of press, to just simply be able to give your opinion out in the public and have it be
Take your time.
then posted by a journalist. That's all I was doing today, was asking people.
Take your time. Again, I'm sorry. Let me just say really quickly. If this was happening in the US, we would be talking about fucking deporting them or like executing them or having a fucking public execution and parade for them. In response to Mahmoud Khalil, someone who was here legally, who was legally here. He had every legal right to be here, and his crime was organizing a protest. A peaceful protest against, you guessed it, genocide. Every fucking chud in this stupid shithole country was like, we have to get rid of it. You don't want to come here from other countries and ruin this one. We don't need more instigators. But when an actual instigator goes to another country, they're supposed to just let you do whatever you want. Oh, okay. All right.
About the current situation, asked a few people about communism, and that's when it really got bad. It was when this evening I left the hotel around 5 before sunset to go out, and the idea was we were going to go walk the streets of Cuba at night and show all the power shortage and how the lights get cut out and people don't have electricity at night. So we had planned to walk around the streets after the sun went down, and so I was conducting some interviews before the sun went down, and I asked a man about communism, and that's when we realized that the Cuban intelligence was at the hotel, because as soon as we walked out and I interviewed this man, we had a lady come up when I started talking about communism, and she started recording on the back. And we confronted her and said, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm not taking a photo.
You know the saddest thing about his speech? His speech is so bad that it's actually sometimes difficult to understand what he's trying to tell you. And then the other way comes, and she was recording on the back, and that's when I don't like, you're speaking so in the most stupid manner. I can't even I like literally full sentences are missing. I can't understand what does it mean that she was started recording on the back? That sentence doesn't mean anything. It's incoherent. I can't.
She said she's on a phone call, but her phone was open to the photo. And so
her phone was open to the photo.
One of my security guards stayed with me. The other went and followed her from behind, and he tracked her down.
Did she have a photo of him on her phone? Did she have her camera out? Did she have did she have a photo? Okay, first let's just break it down. Did she have a photo of something on her phone that you could see, or did she have her camera out? I don't know, because your sentence made no sense. I don't know. Second, it's you are a spy if you've ever taken out your phone to take a photo of or record someone who's clearly recording something outside of, like, I don't know, a street you frequent. No one's ever done this? So he's allowed, why is he allowed to film random people, but she's not allowed to take a photo of him doing that? I feel like this is very normal. Like, she literally, if this is the woman in question, she just looks like a normal ass woman.
I had planned to walk around the streets after the sun went down, and so I was conducting some interviews before the sun went down, and I asked a man about communism, and that's when we realized that the Cuban intelligence was at the hotel, because as soon as we walked out and I interviewed this man, we had a lady come up when I started talking about communism, and she started recording on the back. And we confronted her and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not taking a photo." She said she's on a phone call, but her phone was open to the photo. And so one of my
on the back, and her phone was open to the photo.
security guards stayed with me. The other went and followed her from behind, and he tracked her down, and she ended up noticing him as well, and she went to a Cuban, another Cuban intelligence.
How do you know that she went to another Cuban intelligence?
Spy, and then they
Intelligence spy.
came to the hotel lobby. And before that, when we were eating lunch today, after we had gotten to the after we had gone through customs at the airport, after they had seized all my stuff, my GoPros and my meta glasses and all my microphones.
How is this guy ESL without ever having a first language? I would love to know the answer to that, man.
Another man was at the hotel, and he was all by himself. And then this evening, he was with the two Cuban spies in the lobby. So right now, we are trying to plan our escape route. We have a few options. The main one is to leave here and then go play taxi tag, as far as hopping in another taxi to make sure we aren't getting trailed by them, and then make our
Denims, I speak 4 languages. How is his only language so bad? Well, the thing is, when you speak to people who speak more than one language, especially speak more than one language fluently, it translates to English. Your ability to structure sentences and your ability to generate narratives, or like create a story, like your storytelling abilities and skills are still there. It's just word recall isn't as good when you're on like the second or third or fourth language. So you'll the structure is all there. You'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna have this, and then we went here, and then you might blank on like, oh, what's the word for, like, you know, taxi or something. I don't feel like taxi actually is probably easy to remember, but you guys get what I mean. There's nothing happening. It's like, we went to the hotel, and she went in the back, and she said she was not spy, but the phone had the photo. So we're getting lunch, and then we're playing the taxi tag. So this one I know, we go in the one taxi, and then we go in the next taxi, and then we get in the next taxi. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
our way to the embassy, and then from the embassy, buy our flight around 7 a.m., make it to the airport at 8 a.m., hop on our flight 8:30, and then be out of Cuba. The other options are...
Why make fun of a guy who has a hard time communicating? For the same reason that people make fun of, if you're asking that question, this analogy will be too difficult for you. Let me try and get one that's easier. The same reason that people make fun of Trump for being orange. The same reason that people make fun of Tim Pool for his beating. There are all these valid criticisms, but once in a while it's fun to make fun of someone for things that aren't valid but are still funny. Because they use their platform to promote harm. This guy has single-handedly destroyed Americans' ideas of Somalis. Why? Because he is certain that there's a massive fraud ring that has never before been seen anywhere ever, except, you know, if you just ignore all of the fraudsters that Trump is constantly pardoning every single day. Because only the immigrants commit crime. Took credit for Minneapolis's 2 murders. More than 2, by the way, but there are the 2 that everybody knows about. Yeah, and then he has the audacity to call himself a journalist. Meanwhile, he can't string together a fucking sentence.
We stay here in our hotel and hope they don't come and round us up in the middle of the night. The only problem is tomorrow is May 1st, and that is essentially their 4th of July here. We're just outside of the hotel we're staying at right now. They are going to have a huge march for communism, for the current president, and that's their July 4th parade essentially. That is going to be taking place right outside our hotel. Had no idea that was happening beforehand, and until we got to the hotel and they said that happens every single year. It's their biggest march.
Did you just say their 4th of July?
They do each and every single year, and it is for communism. You cannot speak out against communism when you live inside a communist country. Last time that happened in 2021 here in Cuba, lots of people were arrested, and it was not good. And the other times that happened were, I believe, like the 1960s. So,
I didn't know May Day was Global Communism Day. Did you guys know about this?
Communism does not allow the truth to be told. In fact, it just censors what people can do. And
so, just a quick question. Explain Don Lemon. A good question. Explain Jimmy Kimmel. Just a quick question. Can you explain why it's illegal to boycott Israeli products in, like, how many states? Can we just... because that doesn't happen under capitalism, right?
Right now, they are literally trying to kidnap and detain me and my 2 security guards that are here with me right now from leaving Cuba. And we're trying to do everything we can to somehow do something with this footage. And so if this video does make it out into the world.
Remembering the word for the world.
I have either been kidnapped or I am safe. If it's after May 1st, I am not kidnapped. But if the video is...
Take your time.
Alright, I'm not gonna get kidnapped, so I'm not gonna say that.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to watch it.
I have either been kidnapped or I am safe. If it's after May 1st, I am not kidnapped. But if the video is alright, I'm not gonna get kidnapped, so I'm not gonna say that.
Bro was trying. He's like just using every iota. Every neuron is firing. All one of them. He's like, oh, come on. You got it. Come on. If the video comes out, you're not kidnapped. If the video does not come out, you are not. You were Aw, double negatives are so hard. I'm just not gonna say that because I'm not gonna get kidnapped.
So I'm going to post this video though to show you guys the risk that we're in right now. And we are going to make it out of Cuba. If there's a will, there's a way. But this is...
It's kind of giving straight up Hormuzzi. We have to go in, we have to free the people from the regime, we have to get the nuclear weapons and all of the nuclear enriched materials. We have to go in, we have to get the oil, we have to secure the peace in the Middle East. We have to do this. starts war. What are we doing? We need to stop this war immediately.
People.
Forget everything else. All we need to do is escape Hormuzzi. We need that Strait open. Let's make this Strait open. It's like the thing that you caused. The thing that you caused, man. You went to Cuba and you're like, we're doing everything we can to escape. We're going to escape Cuba. We're going to escape Cuba. We're gonna do that. It's like to be fair though, I kind of feel it actually. I changed my mind. Because I'll queue up for a game I hate and then say, get me out of this game when I'm winning or I'm losing. So maybe it is a valid strategy. Because what do you mean I'll like queue for a HOTS game that's actually dog shit? And I'm like, get me out of the game. Like I did just queue for that. Actually, wait a minute. So maybe there's a method to this madness. Hold up. When you're 20-0, but bot lane is 0-30. It's okay. This is why you play bot lane support and you steal all the kills. Because even if nobody else is having fun, you are. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm gonna reinstall League. Cool chatter, thank you for the 25 gift subs. Thanks. Thank you for the 25 gifties. What the heck? Thanks.
This is currently what
Don't
we
do
are
it now.
planning right now and going through because we legit have Cuban spies at the bottom of our hotel room. We're on the 8th floor right now. They're in the lobby right now. Security guard just went down to see what was going on, and they're all down there in the lobby. There's a few singers down at the restaurant right now, so we're thinking to go down, blend in, and then sneak our way out for the night and make our way to the embassy. This is probably the most dangerous situation I've ever been into. This is probably the most dangerous situation I've ever been in, especially when you have no power here, essentially because the United States and Cuba, they do not like each other. There's been an embargo since the 1960s here, where the United States has not allowed other businesses to do work with Cuba, and it's also and now right now you have Trump even saying that he might have the pleasure of taking Cuba. And Marco Rubio, obviously, he has
Marco Cuba
even said openly that he doesn't think a regime change would be bad, which it wouldn't. Look what's happening right now because of...
I'm surprised they didn't call him Marco Polo.
Communism. They literally have spies downstairs right now trying to round us up before we make it onto... before we're able to publish these videos.
Yeah, blend in as a white guy in a hotel you're not allowed to be in. Genius! Yeah, I'm just casually blending in as a white guy with my bodyguards in a hotel I'm not supposed to be in. Don't worry. And now it's time to sneak away. It's like...
So, if I make it out, this video gets seen. If it doesn't, I'm most likely in a prison cell, which I really hope is not the case. Third option is we somehow get a...
If this video... How would we know if the video didn't make it out? Like...
We somehow get to the embassy and we get a private jet and we make our way out. Other option is to steal a boat and take it all the way to the Coast Guard and then surrender to the U.S. Coast Guard to make our way into the United States. So those are pretty much our options right now. We have somebody outside, even on the street, in a blacked out vehicle, eyeing us from our hotel room. And now we are trying to figure out what to do. Anyways, that is the current situation. I'm currently potentially about to be kidnapped here in Cuba. I hope that is not the case, but I think you guys should know exactly what is happening and the risk we are taking here in Cuba to try and show people the truth about the realities of communism and what's happening here in Cuba. All right, we'll see what happens. They're asking why are we trying to leave the hotel early.
That was probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. That was amazing. I was almost taken hostage in Cuba. I went to Cuba to document the humanitarian crisis. Kind of an L, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of low key an L, like you're kind of stealing somebody else's bar, or sorry, somebody else's flow, bar for bar, verse for verse. You're not Hassan, man. Come on. And show life under 60 years of communism now amid the US blockade. Once I landed, they seized all my cameras except my iPhone and had intelligence agents following me all day until my security noticed their spies tailing us to the hotel, where they waited all night for us to come down. Under communism, there is no free speech, and those who show the reality or speak up are imprisoned. Me going without a planned Cuban government guide nearly got me and my security taken hostage or imprisoned. Why would they kidnap an illiterate white man? There's zero chance they would get hostage money. Like, clearly, his mom did not love him. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If she loved him, he wouldn't be speaking like this. I'm sorry, man. Like, your parents did not give a shit about you if you speak like this. They did not. They do not. They did not. They're letting you make a total fool of yourself, look completely illiterate in front of a massive audience. And for what? But this shit is funny. I showed all of that. You guys had to watch all of that just so I can show you guys this. Cuba fumbled the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. And then Nick Shirley liked this tweet. Praying Cuba makes his dumbass literate while he's there so he understands what I meant. No. Stop. You can't say that. That's illegal. They're making that type of free speech illegal in the United States. Oh, Christ almighty. My God. All right. Let me close this stuff. Let me close some of these tabs. I heard his mom is a huge MAGA fan and her boyfriend is connected to the higher ups in the movement. He's a tool and an op. I wonder why. I truly wonder why Cuba would ever want to take your cameras and your audio recording away. Surely the United States and Americans and Chuds would never defend doing that to an immigrant, right? Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that. All right. I wanted. What direction do we go in now? You know, this one's kind of a fun one. And I meant to watch it with you guys ages ago and I forgot to. So let's do it now.
Wherever you line up with...
Steven Crowder reacted to the video of Nick Fuentes ejecting a leftist woman from his porch. You wish that there were more stairs for her to fall down. I wish Nick Fuentes lived at the top of a lighthouse.
With or against Nick Fuentes. Put that aside for a second. Someone showed up at a guy's house because he was doxxed aggressively, and he dealt with her accordingly. It's also hilariously funny. Here's the video.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He looks so annoyed.
Gotta come out of my house for this.
Did you catch that?
Maybe she did while sitting there doing nothing.
Illegally parked in front of the hydrant.
Oh my gosh. This encapsulates so much of the...
Actually, I'm pretty sure that that's a crime. I'm pretty sure that, like, that's assault. And I'm pretty sure you can't just attack someone because they show up on your doorstep. Sorry, could you replay that? I was too busy laughing at the state of Steven Crowder's career after him thinking he was worth more than $50 million a year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's adult. That's assault, man. Because, like, how do you know that that wasn't just someone canvassing? Like, someone saying, excuse me, you... How do you know that that isn't just, like, a door-to-door salesman? There's no threat to your life. There's no, to be honest, self-defense laws in America are totally fucked. No, this is not legal. This is absolutely not legal. No, there's no universe that's legal.
The left, the feminist left.
You can't just attack someone just because they showed up at your door. You have to have like reasonable concern for your life. And there has to be like a reasonable expectation that there was a threat. A woman showing up at your door, knocking on your door and saying, "Hi, can I?" And then you immediately pepper spray them and then throw them to the floor. No. If she now, to be very clear, if she walked into his house, then that would be trespassing. And then maybe now you have an argument. But because she never even walked into his house or tried to walk into his house, it's assault. Yeah, at that point, that's breaking and entering. At the very least, it's trespassing, probably breaking and entering. Isn't this literally how like Boogie got like a felony because he like pointed his gun at someone who was at his door?
First off, the other lady is, like you said, illegally parked in front of a fire hydrant. But it's okay, because this is for the greater good. She goes up. She genuinely can't compute that someone who may be under threat on a consistent basis, Nick Fuentes, may not take too kindly to you showing up at his house. So she's surprised that she has to deal with any ramifications whatsoever.
Yes.
He also fired the gun into the air. Oh, okay.
Falls down, is also probably surprised that she's very weak, which shouldn't be a surprise because she's a 57-year-old self-described Jewish feminist vegan activist.
Oh boy.
And then turns to her friend, her female friend, who clearly is not her friend. There is no loyalty, will not have. Did you get that? I don't know. I was too busy illegally parking.
You wish there were more stairs for her to fall down.
Yeah. Just all the stairs.
I wish he lived at the top of a lighthouse.
Oh no. Alright, streamer Nick Fuentes charged with battery in alleged attack of Bruin woman. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, man. Pretty sure that that's illegal, man.
Has to fall down spiral stairs.
That's old. This is a different case. Well, sorry. He's done it more than once. It was illegal when he did it the first time. I don't imagine it would be very different the second time.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, no. This is very funny, the video, objectively. But even funnier is that this whole incident, once he took her phone, gave us this historic photograph. That right there.
Oh my God.
Like, you've made Nick Fuentes, he'll tell you, he's not that tall. You've made him look like.
Why are you glazing Nick Fuentes? Nick Fuentes would literally call you a gay F-slur. Nick Fuentes would literally spend an entire episode making fun of Steven Crowder and saying he has a gay podcast where him and his buddies suck each other off. Like, you're a fucking loser if you watch this show.
Like a badass. With that, but that literally looks like a 70s horror movie. What does it say? Oh, it says, well, the next thing live streaming might be you. Play it again. He could just as easily open it, and bang, she could shoot him.
Also, amazing America brain. Oh, well, she could have easily taken out a gun and shot him. Oh, for sure. Should I just start pepper spraying anyone who knocks on my door? Hi, neighbor. I wanted to deliver some. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. I thought you had a gun. Can you get the fuck off my doorstep? Should I do that? Should I start doing that? Should we all just start doing it? Let's just all just start pepper spraying people that show up at our doorstep because they could have easily had a gun. You know what? I'm installing a turret on my front lawn. I'm making a RimWorld style kill box in my front lawn.
Funny though.
Stolen joke. Sorry, my bad.
She turns to her disloyal acquaintance. Did you get it? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? She turns to her disloyal acquaintance. Did you get it? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? I can't get enough of it.
I only have one thing to reiterate. All right?
Wherever you
Troubling thing for a man that abused his wife to say. Guy who definitely didn't abuse his wife. I loved watching this older woman get beat up and maced and thrown on the floor. Yeah. I want to see that more. I want to see more women get beat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure, man. Whatever you say. Oh, god damn, dude. All right. I wanted to watch this with you guys. This is kind of just a variety segment that I wanted to watch because my friend is in the video.
Oh, what's the matter? You can't sleep either? Yeah, I know the feeling. Look at us. 2 peas in a pod. Unfortunately, I can't deploy a tactical breast with some warm milk for you to suckle upon. These puppies aren't spec'd into that build.
I'm not Nick Shirley.
The best I could do is maybe lactate a bit of gamer subs out. So, we're gonna have to settle for the next best thing, which is a little lullaby, which hopefully will serve as a nice AoE and hit us both, making us sleepy.
I'll see you a little bit, all right?
Yeah, see you soon. Hello. You want to clip this on?
Sure. Oh, you're a streamer?
Yes, I am a streamer. Well,
Oh.
best of luck. This is our last game. I believe it closes at 7 today. So.
6, actually.
6? There's only half an hour left.
This is a clip that blew up a few days ago, but it has a brand spanking new development here where the gentle sir, fedora tip, in the video has decided to double down on his cringe embarrassing behavior. So we're gonna give you the whole kit and caboodle here. So this is the genesis. This is where it started. The woman in this video is a streamer. Her name is aka Nimsco on Twitch, but she is a grandmaster in chess. Her name is Nemo, and she's doing this at a convention where people sit down, they play chess, and she's streaming all of it. This is the last contestant.
Why would you be friends with him, Denims? Wow. I'm only friends with women, all right? Think, chat. Think.
Of the day. She believes that there's still quite a bit of time left, thinking that it closes at 7. He hits her with the classic, actually, it's 6. So there's even less time than she thought, but she's more than willing to accommodate and play through this game with him because he waited for it.
Oh.
Take your queen.
Oh, shit, I forgot I can do that.
Yeah. Take queen.
Just get hard.
Yeah. You're running out of time, Bill.
What happens if I run out of time?
You lose the game. But it's okay, you can use some of mine. I do have to run, though, because I didn't realize the con is closing at 6.
Oof, that's a big time blunder right there from this.
Dude, you blunder your fucking queen. Just, come on, just surrender at that. You're playing against someone that's way better than you. You blunder your queen. Just, okay, thanks for the game. Come on, man. Come on.
Prodigy that stepped up to the plate. He hung his queen out to dry, and she capitalized, taking the free piece.
Listen, if you're playing in your weight class and you blunder your queen, there's still a chance. If you're not playing in your weight class, you're playing against someone with like at least 1,000 more elo than you. And you blunder your queen. Just. All right.
He then hits her with the, forgot you could do that. Now, when I first watched this, I assumed he was just like a fan of her and wanted to at least like interact and play a game for fun, despite not being like an active chess player. Him being
Denims, who is anti-forfeit, is now advocating for forfeiting. Okay, this is the one exception to the rule. This is the one exception to the rule, which is when you're playing chess and the person you're playing against has like a way higher elo. Because it's a 1v1. There's nothing like that's not just start over. You know what I mean? Just start over.
Unaware of how the knight can move, to me, was evidence of that game theory, but turns out that's not the case at all. He actually takes this extremely serious. He's treating this like it's his fucking Super Bowl here. So, as you can see, he's starting to run out of time. She mentions that, saying like, hey, you're running out of time, but, you know, don't worry, you can use some of mine.
That's time. Yeah. Okay. I'll pack up while you make your move.
You know what? I surrender.
Are you sure? Okay. GG's.
Oh my god, it's so cringe. Oh my god, he didn't go for the handshake. Okay, admittedly, there are a lot of rules. There are a lot of social rules in chess, and I don't know that many of them because I don't really play much chess. But I'm not very good at chess. But like, I feel like even if you don't know any of the social rules in chess, you still know people rules, like people social rules. And if someone goes for a handshake and they're being really polite, don't be such a sore loser. I am such a sore loser. I am like, I hate losing. I hate losing so bad. But it's the polite thing to do. You know what I mean? Because it's also, it sucks to win against someone who's a sore loser, right? It's like you're trying to like make things like lighthearted, and you're winning because you're way better than this other person. And you're like, yeah, oh, got your queen. Haha. Okay, well, thanks. Okay, thank you for the game. Like, come on, just go for the handshake, man. Come on.
Zoinks! Jinkies! The declined handshake in anger. That's fundamentally a rage quit moment.
Most GMs can't pick up on social cues. You think the guy that hung his queen is a GM, bro? No.
Moment there over the board. Very unsportsmanlike. That's a 5-yard penalty, no doubt. And again, she was willing to let it go on even though he did lose on time. He was taking oodles of time here coming up with his moves, and then still ended up just giving away a free queen. So it's not someone who I think actively plays chess, so I don't know why he's getting so heated about it.
Unsportsmanlike is 15 yards. All right. Fucking own this fucking YouTuber. Own his ass. Yeah. I'm waiting for why this is news, ... Keep waiting, bitch.
It's pretty fucking embarrassing because this isn't high stakes here. This isn't a game of life or death. It's not a goddamn shadow game from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything. It's just supposed to be entertaining and enjoyable, and you get to hang out, you play a little chess. She's a grandmaster. You were never going to win. So I don't know why he's getting his ham so steamed about it.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think what's how someone explained it to me was every 100 elo in chess is like the probability of you winning doubles. So like you have like 2-to-1 odds every 100 elo, and then you keep going like that. I can try and maybe pull it up. But like if someone is like 500 elo higher than you, you're kind of like fucked.
All right.
It took forever.
Okay. Oh shit, you took the mic. Oh, hello. You took the microphone. It's all right, he forgot about that. So he wanted it, yeah?
I feel like you really wasted my time.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Waiting. You told me after this person, and then another person comes in.
I'm so sorry about that.
That guy, you're like, oh, I'm gonna see you at dinner later.
Yeah.
God, I was waiting here for like half an hour.
Can I
just rush through it?
Well, you're welcome to play out the rest of that game if you want to. I gave you that option.
And then here comes the wambulance. So he starts really whining about how she wasted his time. Brother, you're not entitled to her time in the first place, by the way. This is just a little fun setup at the convention. It's not that deep. But anyway, he then accuses her of rushing through the game, even though he lost on time, and she made a very generous offer to still play it out just using her time in order to finish that game because he waited a while, I guess. Which again, if you were unsatisfied with the wait, fucking leave. You're not held hostage there. He doesn't have the fucking cuffs on him, forced to play. Like, what? Just go. Just leave. Why? What?
Also, like, what do you mean, like, you rushed me? There was a timer and you ran out of time. That's like the opposite of being rushed. That's like you took your time and then you ran out of time.
it really feels like he wasn't there for chess in the first place. It seems like he was there to try and, like, have this be some kind of pseudo date or something. So when someone else was in front of him, or someone else that she knew, like, stepped in to play a quick game, it, like, deeply offended him in that capacity. And again, I don't think he was actually there for the chess itself, because he's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. What, move the knight backwards? Like, what the fuck what? So, the whole thing just smells very fucking fishy, and it's really weird. And his behavior just continues to deteriorate about it.
Okay, I'm so sorry about it. Is there anything I can make up for it? I can give you chess.com diamond memberships or anything like that.
Membership for chess.com?
Yeah, if you want one. Okay, take a picture. I'm gonna give you a second one as well. And heck, since you're the last person for tonight, take a picture of the third one. So then if you redeem these, you'll just have like 3 months free membership. There you go. Take a picture of that one too. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry if you feel like you wasted your time.
You did waste my time.
Okay.
So, fuck you, but I hope you have fun with convention.
Okay. The guy there was so like, fuck you, gave me the middle finger off.
She is going above and beyond to accommodate this loser, being extremely nice, offering him 3 months of premium membership, again, for a complete non-issue. This guy feels like his time was wasted. Why? Because he chose to wait in that line and then sat down fucking drooling and blue screening in his brain, blundering his queen, and then just sitting there idly with the orb of confusion in his pocket and then losing on time before surrendering. How is that her fault? If you wanted a longer time with her at the chessboard, or you wanted to, like, prove yourself, fucking play chess. Learn how the knight moves, I guess, bro. Like, what? Why is any of this her fault? Like, she didn't do anything wrong here. All of it's streamed, by the way, so you can see it all. There was nothing strange or underhanded. She didn't go up there and put her hand on this guy's head like, no, stay back, you swine. Everyone else is coming first. You will be the last one today. Learn your place, plebeian. Like, nothing like that happened. She didn't disrespect him or anything. So, but he still feels so slighted that he wraps back around, gives her the middle finger, and says, fuck you, while getting to reap the benefits of 3 months worth of premium membership that she's given him because she's just, I guess, very nice. If anyone's time was wasted, it was hers for having to interact with you for this long. And now, like I said, this blew up a couple days ago. He got clowned on, and then he wanted to give his side of the story. So I read an article that apparently he is now doing his tell-all here about what actually happened.
Against this person, I have no idea who she is, but there it is. First off, I mean, I was just laughing at how
My cousin reacts to the recent Nemo clip that he was involved in. Full clip.
ridiculous the video is because it doesn't offer any context. So there was no line there. I have no idea who this person is. It just says like, hey, let's play some chess, you can win a prize. Cool.
If you want to let people know that everything that's happened bothers you greatly, try and pretend that it doesn't. Well, I actually couldn't stop laughing about the whole thing. People just don't understand the full scope of the situation. And I can't help but giggle.
Also, what do you mean, like, the context? Nemo is a live streamer. She was live streaming. The VOD is up, bro. What do you mean? Hello? That's like the epitome of live streaming. You have everything. You have the whole... The context is there.
I shouldn't. In fact, I shan't, but I can't help but giggle a little bit about this because it doesn't even show the whole context of what happened. So please, let me enlighten you. Let me give you the real scoop here. It's just, like, I always hate that approach from people when they try and, like, oh, I'll just brush this off. Yeah, you guys are all wrong. I'm right. That kind of attitude. It's so fucking, like, cringing. It's awful. It elicits the yuckies out of me. There's such a bad vibe about that approach. But anyway, he goes on to say that he just hopped in this line because he saw that you could play chess and maybe win a prize. He didn't know who she was, but was more than willing to play chess and go for that. Big question arises there. Why? When you suck this much ass at chess, you hung your queen, like, immediately.
I go up, she's with someone, and I have to wait. That's fine. She says you'll come up after this person. that, there's a timer going on and I see that, so I'm hoping that these matches are going to be short so I can go, but they're not. The timer runs out, it's made completely irrelevant, and, she's just having conversation, talking to this person. It's going on for a while.
Pal, you asked for that same thing, by the way. When you lost on time, she also extended the same courtesy to you, like, hey, look, we can keep going, we can play out the rest of this game. It's not that big a deal. So it seems like she was just more than willing to let people play chess with her and try and, enjoy the experience of playing against a grandmaster. Because that's not something a lot of people ever will get the opportunity to do. It's supposed to be something fun, which is a concept that completely eludes this guy, apparently. He took this as a call to arms or something, like, I must compete for this prize in this chess match. Chess, which something I don't really understand how the knight moves, but I can do this. I must do this, in fact. So he's complaining about other people getting to play through time, after it runs out, when he himself wanted that same privilege.
Whatever. Match ends. And then, without even acknowledging me at all, some other guy comes up in front of me and starts playing with her. I do feel a little disrespected at this point, because if I'm going to wait for you, I'm just, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just waiting.
Didn't you just say there wasn't a wait?
But you're going to just kind of push me aside. That doesn't feel right.
But we have the whole VOD. What do you mean? You literally didn't do that. What?
But I've already waited long enough. I'm waiting for another friend of mine, so might as well.
But why, though? Why might as well if you're going to be salty about it? What's the point there? You're just letting yourself stew and marinate. So, from his story here, his telling of the encounter, someone cut him in line and took his place, his rightful throne there at the board. So now he has to wait even longer. Well, just leave then, man. Again, it's not like you lose anything by waiting except your time. And if your time is something that you don't want to allocate to this, then just leave. No harm, no foul, no big deal. Maybe it's a little upsetting that you got skipped in line when you were really eager to play. Okay, that sucks, I guess. But that's also not her fault. She didn't just wave someone through hey, fuck this guy. I want this guy to come up and play instead. Doesn't sound like that happens. It sounds like just some other guy went in front of the line in front of this guy. And if that is what happens...
Mom said it was my turn to harass the woman grandmaster.
Why didn't you say something to the dude? Why didn't you take it up with the guy? Why do you take it out on her? It's not her fault. So why are you going up...
It's because those people are cowards. That's the reason why. I'm going to be honest. Nemo is a much nicer person than me. But I like to be friends with really nice, sweet women because I like to bully people on their behalf. Because I can't. I can't. I would act up so bad, Chan. I would act up so bad. Oh, man.
Berating her and then saying fuck you, giving her the finger, storming off, that kind of thing. Why take out all your frustrations on her when she had nothing to do with your place in line and your wasted time that you chose to still continue to sit there and not say anything to the guy who skipped you? Were you afraid to confront him?
Their match goes, I want to say...
I've seen people cut in line. And they've cut in line behind me. So I'm not even negatively impacted, but there's a bunch of people waiting in that line. And that's that's mean to the people that spent all that time waiting. And I'll be like, I am not so shy that I'm like, well, I guess I'll just say nothing. I'll turn around and be like, hey, the line is over there. I don't know if you know, but it's at the end of the line's actually over there. I'll do it politely, but I'm going to speak up.
Even longer, not entirely sure, but again, timer is completely disregarded entirely. She's coaching the guy, talking to him, saying that they're going to meet up after this. So I'm thinking, I'm waiting for you and you're just kind of hanging out with your friend. That doesn't feel right. It feels like my time's not being appreciated.
What do you mean?
Who the hell are you, man? Huh?
your time wasn't being appreciated. Brother, the only one not appreciating your time was yourself. If it's that important, the time that you were losing in there, you should have left. It is not her responsibility to be conscientious of your time, of you choosing on your own volition to just sit there and just fuck.
Denims, I feel like you're not appreciating my time. I'm sorry, you're right. Sorry. See, this is kind of like working in her favor. The fact that she was so nice to this guy means that he started to almost believe that he was in the right. The fact that she gave him free memberships for 3 months to chess.com made him think like, well, I got to be in the right. Otherwise, why did she try to make it up to me? So now he gets to put his foot in his mouth over and over again, which is huge W's for her. But like, I can't.
Fucking bake in your own anger. She had a little event. You sit down and play chess. She had people coming in. She was playing chess. You were one of those people. How was she supposed to know that there was some turmoil going on over there with your place in line? And when she did have the unfortunate encounter with you, she was extremely polite and sensitive to your sensitivities around your time. She let you play out the game past time, offering to keep it going, letting the game continue because you did wait and you were the last person there at the convention, so she was more than willing to be accommodating. And when you wrapped back around fuming, taking out your frustrations on her and getting upset, she was extremely apologetic that you felt the way you did, and then even went way out of her way offering you 3 months of premium membership, which you should not have gotten under any circumstances, by the way. That was very undeserved. All just because you fucking ordered some french fries here about your wasted time that you wasted yourself. Like, she did nothing wrong, and he is still doubling down on this as though people just didn't understand the full story. Brother, the thing was live streamed. Everyone knows everything that happened because it was all on stream. You can't even fall back on that like missing context excuse.
So, match finally ends. I come up. I'm a bit frustrated, but I'm trying to keep it together. You know, we're playing.
I'm so frustrated. I'm trying to keep it together. You can just say something. This is the problem that I have where it's like, I don't like to sit there and just stew on things because it's not good for you to sit there and stew. And if you're pretty sure that you're right, you can just politely say something. And then if you're wrong, well, you were polite about it, so it's fine. So if you say like to someone, hey, the line's over there. Hey, sorry, excuse me. I don't know if you know, the line is over there. And they're like, oh, no. I know this person. This is like pre-planned. This is what we were going to do at the end of the thing. Here, I can call them over and you can see. I'm sorry about the confusion. Then you're like, oh, okay. I guess I didn't know. All right. Please.
And time runs out.
And then you don't have to feel bad about it. You don't have to sit there and stew and be like, "Rrr."
And I can tell, you know, she had a mistake with when the convention is ending, so she wants to go. Timer ends. You know what? I can tell, and I feel like she really just wants me to go. I feel like she's already kind of been disrespectful to me before. She clearly just wants me to leave now. So I get up and I go. And I am very frustrated, right? I'm very upset with the lack of time management.
But she let you play until you ran out of time, and she offered for you to play for more than that. Huh? But she literally let you play. How is that her time management when she literally let you play? She was saying that in hopes that you would be polite and let her go. And then you didn't. So she just played it until... What? Also, I would kind of understand this, to be clear. Let me say something really quickly. She literally said, keep playing while I pack up. Can I suggest something? If you were playing a game against like a grandmaster or someone that was really good, and then like they blundered their pieces, so it's not a satisfying win for you, and you're like, oh man, come on. I didn't wait in this line so I could play against someone who's not even trying. I didn't want like a cheap win. Like, come on. If you lose and she wasn't even giving the game her full attention, What more do you want? Like, literally, what more do you want? What the hell?
The fact that there was no line, there was no people there, and yet I'm still having to wait for so long.
Then don't. No one is forcing you to do that. You even said you don't know who she is. Why are you waiting that long for this then? I don't get it, man. Make it make sense. I don't understand. And again, if you wanted more time there playing chess with her, get better at chess so you could play out a full game without just getting steamrolled. Like, you were never going to win in the first place against a grandmaster, but maybe you wouldn't have blundered so quickly and had everything go tits up right away. Like, it's very peculiar what this dweeb is even so upset about. And he's still upset about it. He's still frustrated. He is defending his behavior, where, again, I don't think there's any justifications for it. He's just a jerk. Like, he's just mean. He was just very upset at her for nothing.
And
oh my god, guys, someone stole my agency. Now I'm paralyzed and I can't act. It's like, huh?
yeah, I was very upset and I left. I wanted to come back because it just didn't feel right.
I'm confused. Was this a chess con? Why was he there if he doesn't even know how to play? Well, the funny thing about chess players is
really just didn't feel like I was treated properly. So I wanted to make my case. I was like, hey, you wasted my time. I wanted to be upfront about that and say, like, I don't appreciate it. No, you wasted my time. And I was angry. And she tried to respond in a very nice manner, and I acknowledge that. But that doesn't change the fact that I was...
But, like, again, it's like, bro, you literally waited in line to play her, and then you lost. Like, you're just mad because you're, like, literally mad because bad. Hmm?
I was wronged and I was disrespected.
No, you were not. You were not wronged. You were not disrespected. She did so much more than any other human being on the planet would have in this situation, with treating you with respect and being very apologetic over a complete non-issue, just an issue you've made up in your own noodle. This is absurd, man. What a crazy response to have to this. Like, it's shocking to me that there's no self-awareness. There's no realization that he was in the wrong. There was nothing disrespectful that happened here on her end. If he was cut in line, yeah, it's disrespectful. Why didn't you take it out on the guy who actually disrespected you then? If that actually happened, why are you targeting her for that? She had no control over that mishap. She didn't order that guy to cut you in line. It's not like it was a sleeper agent. She didn't have, fucking security come in and just, like, push you to the side so they could play with her and take away your precious time to ruin and disrespect your time at the convention. So why are you taking all that frustration out on her when she did nothing wrong and did everything she could to be respectful and polite and even apologetic, even though there was nothing to apologize for in the first place? Wild, man. Truly wild stuff. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yeah.
This is what Hassan was talking about when he mentioned unfuckable losers. People wrongfully assume that the statement unfuckable losers is just referring to people who are plagued by cities that are not walkable. But when we talk about unfuckable losers, we're talking about someone who, even if they had all of these opportunities, they would still manage to shoot themselves in the foot over and over again because they're a terrible human being. Like, I do think that the majority of, like, the loneliness epidemic, male or female, is just because, is mostly just because of the lack of walkable cities and the lack of disposable income. Because, like, straight up, I don't want to go out on the weekends because I don't want to spend, like, $50 to get, like, a small thing to eat and a drink. Like, I literally don't want to, like, that's so much money. Or, like, I don't want to pay $20 for a fucking drink. And so when you make all of those things expensive and people don't have the disposable income and they don't have third spaces and they don't have walkable cities, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't really want to drive 30 to 40 minutes or like 30 to 60 minutes so I can go and spend a bunch of money and not even really enjoy it that much other than the time I'm spending with my friends. And that's like, that's me without having a job that demands significant manual labor. Imagine you have to work a job that's very demanding physically, and then you're trying to go and enjoy yourself. So you're physically exhausted, maybe mentally exhausted. You have very little disposable income, and the city isn't even walkable. So it's like, do I go and drive, or do I go and like go home and like fucking relax? Oh my God. Like, I just want to like lay down, man. And I think that's not the, no one is talking about that group of people and saying those people are unfuckable losers. We're talking about the type of people that like, you hang your queen, and instead of using it as an opportunity to like riff and have fun, you just start getting mad and cursing this person out. Then make yourself a massive victim. It's like, dude, you're just like a fucking idiot. Like, you are just a freak and a weirdo and a loser. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not gonna be fucking magically fixed because you have more disposable income. Like, hello? Hmm? He wanted to win it at chess and then get a kiss from Milady. Fresh Peaches, thank you for the 3 months. Blakey, thank you for the 6 months. Trippy, thank you for the tier 1. Calgary, thank you for the 52 months. All my queens are hung. That's true. That's true. But have you considered feminism as the problem? Oh, feminism is... Oh, that's true. Oh my God. I did not think about that. That's true. No, but that's like just correct. Yeah. Duh. Hello. Look at this perfect equation. Woman equals bad. Okay. All right. I didn't consider it that way. Got it. Women equal bad. And Jeffrey Epstein definitely killed himself. And you can tell from this random note that we definitely didn't make up.
Some breaking news on that front now. We understand, based on NBC News reporting, that a federal judge has now unsealed a possible suicide note written by Epstein. I want to bring in now our national security correspondent, Tom Winter, who is joining us. And it appears as though this is just into us from this federal judge. Tom, what do we know?
Right. So what happened here, and let's just get right to the note. We'll explain the backstory. This note was allegedly found by an inmate of Jeffrey Epstein after the first possible Epstein suicide attempt. Remember, in July, prior to his actual suicide, he was found semi-conscious in his cell with marks around his neck. The inmate at the time, Nicholas Tartaglione, we'll get to him in a moment, said that this note was left behind. There are parts of it that are difficult to read. The beginning appears to be quite clear. They investigated for a month, something like that, found nothing, couple exclamation marks. So 15-year-old charges, it's resolved or something there.
Yeah.
It is and then the next part of it's tough to read. The last part of it is clearly not difficult to read. No fun, underlined, not worth it, 2 exclamation marks. The thing that makes this a little bit interesting here, Hallie, from a standpoint of confirming this note, there was another note that 60 Minutes was able to obtain that was, they say, was found in Epstein's cell after he died of suicide. He writes at the end of that note, no fun, and it appears to have, to me at least, cursory look, the same handwriting. Now, we don't know, what makes that different, I should say, is that Epstein was the only one in the cell at the time. Does that mean that somebody else hadn't planted it before or afterwards? And about 85 other conspiracy theories we could talk to midnight tonight. However, this letter did come out today, a judge's order. There was a reference to it, and a reference, frankly, to some of our reporting about this first possible suicide attempt. Included in the Epstein files is a log of various things that came up and events surrounding Jeffrey Epstein in the Bureau of Prisons. Credit to the New York Times, who seized on this line, that there was a suggestion that this letter existed in Tartaglione apparently...
Okay, I have to address the elephant in the room. Why is it written the way that the Chick-fil-A ads are written? Why is the Jeffrey Epstein suicide note written in the same style as the cows that write the Chick-fil-A ads. Fun fact about the homophobic chicken. Do you guys know that the homophobic chicken company has the lowest footprint out of all the major fast food chains because they don't serve beef? And it's actually not close at all. Let me see if I can find it. Why is that cow twerking? It's not twerking. What the hell is wrong with you? Hello? Well, I'll see if I can find it. There's this really good chart, but
talked about it on a podcast about the existence of it in some of its contents. It had been held with his attorneys. It was considered attorney-client privilege material at the time, but obviously once he started talking about it, everybody came to the same agreement, including obviously the judge, Judge Karras in the Southern District of New York, saying, look, he's talked about it. The attorney-client privilege is gone. In a ruling posted just moments ago before this letter was docketed by the clerk, ordered its unsealing, saying that there's no reason to keep it sealed because there's no reason for attorney-client privilege, something that Tartaglione apparently had with his attorney. So this letter has now become public. It has not ever been corroborated or authenticated or assigned to Jeffrey Epstein by any investigator anywhere at any time. So that's another component of this. Tartaglione, you might wonder what's up with him. He was a former police officer in Briarcliff Manor, New York, and Epstein's cellmate at the time of that first attempt, as I mentioned, in July 2019. He had been arrested in December 2016, accused of killing 4 men in an alleged cocaine distribution conspiracy and then burying their bodies in his yard in New York State. He was later convicted and he's serving 4 life sentences. So that's the backstory on him. But again, a lot more questions on this. The judge ordering its unsealing and, you know, the no fun thing.
Sorry, I wanted to try and read it myself. They investigated me for a month and found nothing. So 16-year-old charges resolved. It is no test to be toilet. Choose who time to say goodbye. What do you want me to do? Barack crying. No fun, not worth it. You know what else it's kind of giving, chat? I used to have this hack that I would use. Where if I had a class where the teacher liked me and I didn't feel like doing my homework for that class in public school, I would make my handwriting purposefully. I would start pretty decent and then I would make my handwriting worse as it continued in hopes that the teacher would get lazy and just not read it and just give me a grade. And I don't mean to alarm you guys, but it definitely did work. A lot of times. Now, you know, your mileage might have varied based on how much the teacher liked you. But, yeah. It did work. It did work for me. And I was totally exonerated, completely exonerated. And the sentences I was writing were nonsensical. None of them were answering the questions. I would do that on tests, and one time mine wrote, "Nice try." That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
thing sticks out to me. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult to understand the rest of the handwriting. More reporting to be done, as always, Hallie.
Tom, I'm going to keep you for 1 second. You referenced that podcast clip that was an important part of this unsealing here, and we're going to keep Tom with us here. We have that, and I want to play it for folks here. That short clip from Tartaglione. Here it is.
Yes, he said it said something like FBI, looked into me for months and found nothing. Then he wrote, "What do you want me to do? Cry about it?" And it was weird because he wrote a smiley face. And then he wrote, "Time to say goodbye." And my lawyers at the time wanted to make sure, I didn't write it or all this stuff. So they had handwriting experts look at it and everything. And it was eerily similar to the second suicide note I think they found the second time. And no one was in the cell with him that time. But
a second suicide note has hit the... Oh, okay. It has hit the cell. Got it.
The suicide...
Because he put it in your book, right? Is that right?
It was in my book, yeah. When I got back into the cell, I opened my book to read, and there it was. And he...
So, Tom, to the point that you were making, and I think we still have Tom with us. There he is. This was and you heard Tartaglione reference the second time. This is the possible suicide note left during that incident where he was injured but survived. Can I ask you, though, because I think one of the questions, Tom, is why this wasn't released in the Epstein documents that the Department of Justice released, because there's a question on whether the Justice Department even had this in their possession. The Times has suggested, and you give, I think, proper credit to them for being on the front end of this piece of it, suggested that the DOJ didn't have this in their possession.
That's exactly right. That's an important thing for people to remember. This letter was being held by Tartaglione's attorneys because he had turned it over.
I'm going to say a couple things really quickly. One, is there any human being on this planet that believes this shit? Guys, story time. I was hanging out with a friend of mine who I love, who's kind of very chaotic. And I don't know how to explain this point. So I'm going to do my best. But before we get there, does anyone else's worm sit on them like this? She insists on sitting on me, but only like this. She always needs an arm to use as a ledge. Okay, that was the first thing I wanted to tell you guys. Second, okay, have you guys ever had a friend that starts dating someone and you hang out with them once and you hang out with the person that they're with once and you're like, oh, it makes total sense. Like somehow you found a copy of yourself. How did you do that? And it's happened a couple times where I've met someone and I'm like, dude, you're such a weirdo. I love it. Great. We can be best friends. And I'm like, how are you going to find another weirdo that's just exactly the same type of weirdo as you? And then they find someone like that. And I'm like, how did you find the one other person on this planet that's like you? What the hell? I'm happy for you. Good for you. You know what? Good for you. Well, it happened recently that one of my most chaotic friends, who is a very chaotic individual, she found someone as equally chaotic as she is, where it's like, honestly, true chaotic neutral, sometimes chaotic good, but it's like, the only way that I can describe them is that they just decide randomly, like, I'm going to do this now. I don't really care if it's like a great decision. I just kind of feel like doing it, so I'm going to do this now. And that's just how they live their life. And I've always been like, oh, how? They described to me a story where is it Sear? No. Sear is actually very normy. No. I hate motherfuckers with too much whimsy. let me ever just said yes to something? I say yes to things all the time. That's different from like me in my personal time, okay? All right. So she was telling me that she was on a hiking trail with her dog. Or with her dogs. And she's with this person that she's dating. And they're walking on this trail. And then they see a sign that says, there's like a fork in the road and it says, no dogs past this point. And I'm like, so, you know, you would just not go that way, right? So the sign's there for a reason. And she says, well, that's not going to stop me. I want to go down that trail and my dog should be able to go down that trail as well. So we're going to go down that trail. And the reason why the trail says no dogs in that trail is because the scent of the dog, or like there's some specific dog odor, or maybe just like pets in general, other animals that attract ticks. And so they're walking and they're like, la 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 la. And they're like, what is on my leg? It's like a tick. And they're like, la 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 la, keep walking, keep walking. And then she looks down and there are a ton of ticks all over her and all over the dogs. And she's like, we have to go take care of this. And she said that they spent hours getting rid of every single tick. Are they now allergic to beef? No. No, they're not. They're not allergic to beef. Apparently it was fine. Everything worked out. And the point that I'm making there is everybody wants a chaotic bitch until they get one and they're like, oh my God, you're like chaotic. And they're like, uh-huh. And the other point being, it's very hard to find somebody else who is that level of chaotic. Because I'm a chaotic individual within reason. I see a sign that says no dogs past this point, and I'm like, I don't really need to go down that. It's fine. You know what? I don't really know what's down that road. Maybe if I knew, I would make that decision, but I have to make an informed decision and I have to like read the terms and conditions and then I can make my own decisions. Not that I follow every rule, but I have to decide if the rule is there for a good reason. And if I don't really feel like doing that, then I'm just going to follow the rule. Alternatively, there are some rules that I think are fucking stupid, and I've always thought that they're fucking stupid. Like no jaywalking. I don't care, bro. There's no cars on the road. I'm not waiting here. You know what my favorite thing to do is? My favorite thing to do is see that there are no cars. There are literally no cars on the road. There are none. And then I walk. And the person behind me that's still sitting at the crosswalk, all you hear in the background is them pressing the button like 40 times. And it's like beep, 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 beep. It's like, free yourself, man. What are you doing? Why are you waiting for the white man to tell you when to go? Just go. Just go. There are no cars on the road. It's safe. I checked. I looked to my left and then to my right and then to my left and then to my right, and there are no cars. You can go. You can literally just go. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait. You don't need to. Okay? And like, maybe at night, if I'm wearing all black, I'm a little bit more cautious. Because, you know, you never know who the fuck is going to be speeding. And I'm wearing all black. It's going to be a little hard to see me. But it's daytime. It's 12 o'clock. Why are you waiting by the streetlight, girl? Go. Hello? Like, I don't care what state I'm in. I don't care if it's legal or not. If there are no cars on the road, I'm not just sitting here and wasting my time waiting. That's fucking stupid. Maybe in another country where customs are different and the culture is different, I'll follow whatever custom and culture it is if I'm not from that country. But in the United States, bro, come on, dude. Fucking come on. Give me a ticket. I'm going to go to the fucking courthouse and I'm going to tell the judge that you're fucking lame as shit. Your mom doesn't like you and I shouldn't have this ticket. And you know what they're going to say? Fucking base. And then they're going to fucking rip my ticket up. Okay? So listen, I agree with some level of chaos, but controlled chaos. You know what I mean? Like, I have to decide if the rule is nonsensical or not. And if I decided it's nonsensical, then I'm not going to follow it. But I'm not going to make that decision randomly. I'm not going to be like, there's a sign telling me not to do this. Well, that can't stop me. It's like, oh, wait. Shouldn't you double check to make sure that the sign isn't there for a good reason? Are you talking about walking at a red light in a car? No, never in a car. Never in a car. No, are you crazy? Hello? No. I follow all the rules of the road when I'm driving. But as a pedestrian, hit me. Hit me. I have the right of way. I have the right of way. Like I just said, I don't. And I'm a responsible, reasonable jaywalker as well. All right? I'm a reasonable jaywalker. Denim says you can drive through a red light sometimes. No. Never drive through red lights. Never drive through red lights. The only time you should drive through a red light is if the red light is broken and you've been there for 30 minutes and then there's a long line of cars behind you, all beeping, and then there's a guy telling you, can you just fucking go? It's clearly broken, you idiot. There's clearly a fucking... Go! Then... At that point, when the red light is like literally broken, then you probably have to go. In which case, usually it's all red lights everywhere. But otherwise, I follow all the rules of the road. I don't care. I was driving once. I stopped at a stop sign. You know, like you're supposed to. And I only stopped for like 2 seconds. Like, it really was not that. It's not like I was stopping and I was waiting like 10 seconds. And then the guy behind me, this fucking douchebag in a truck, starts honking at me. It's like, it's a stop sign. What do you want me to do? Ignore it? No, I don't care. I don't care if there's no cars. I'm gonna follow what? No. And then he like speeds up behind me, fucking honking the whole time, then stops in front of me and stops at the stop sign for like 10 or 15 seconds and then drives off. I'm like, you didn't do anything to me, man. I just waited a little bit longer. I have 10 seconds to spare. Okay. So I waited a little bit. I expect to. I'm in a car. So extra for no reason. What's going on? And it's like, I almost understand like honking at me like that and then swerving around me. It's like, what if your like wife is giving birth like now? You know what I mean? Okay, but it was just him being petty. It's like, you have the time to spare. You just wasted it trying to like prove something to me. Did you think I was going to do it to you back? I don't care enough. Are you an idiot? No. I can wait here for 30 seconds. Honestly, I would rather you turn first before like trying to like get one back at you when you're driving a fucking Ram. Like, I legit had someone lay down their horn and go around me through an intersection running the light because I stopped when it was yellow. This turned in a few minutes ago, this discussion with Jeffrey Epstein's suicide note in the background is hysterical. Sorry, I kind of forgot that Jeffrey Epstein was on the screen and his suicide note was on the screen as well. My bad. I just wanted to... Why was I bringing this up? Oh, I brought it up for some reason to say that, like, wait, someone had asked a question. Cat seems very broken up by this yellow light thing. Yellow light just means interact with caution because the light is about to be red. So if you're going really fast, you should just go. And if you're not going that fast, you should brake. If it would be more dangerous to suddenly start braking when you're already going like 40 or 45 and you are worried that people behind you are going to slam into you, then you should go. But if you have, and you're really close to the yellow light, but if you're really far from it, then you should. I forgot why I brought up about the chaotic friend. I brought it up for some reason to say that some people will find other people that are exactly like them. And I'm very happy for them. But there was a greater point. There was a greater point. Okay, I don't remember what it was, but was Jeff your chaotic friend? No. I read a chat message out that made me say something and then I forgot. Well, whatever. About your worm? It was something about something, but I remember! Thank you! Yes! Risky Biscuit, thank you so much. Somebody asked if people really believe this stuff. So anyway, so my very chaotic friend who I love a lot, and she's great in every way, she found herself someone that's very chaotic like her. And they said out loud the last time we hung out about the Iran war being a cover-up for Jeffrey Epstein. They said, oh my God, I totally forgot about Epstein. Wait, they like got us, man. What the hell? I forgot about it. Dude, that's messed up, man. So yeah. Yeah. But tis the life of a chaotic individual, right? It is the life. I had never, until that moment, found someone who had said that. And then after that moment, my life was made better by that person. I was like, wow, thank you for informing me on the type of people that would say that. Okay. You've enriched my life. So yes. All of that was a massive tangent just for me to say that. Yes. There are in fact people that they spend all their time trying to get ticks off of their dogs. They don't have time to remember what's happening in the news every single day. Okay?
To them, and because he turned it over to his attorneys, this is something that would be protected, of course, by attorney-client privilege. And so there were some additional hearings, without going into too much detail on what had been a little bit of a lengthy back and forth with the court, about some of the things that Tartaglione had said in some comments he had made to his attorneys. Once he does that podcast, though, so I can talk to my attorney about anything as far as it pertains to requesting legal advice. I can't ask that attorney to commit further crimes so that that attorney can help me out. But I certainly the contents of those communications cannot be shared with anybody else unless I start talking about it publicly, in which case that privilege is off. And that's why this came out, and that's why the judge found that the attorney should provide this letter to the court. That's what happened here. That's now why it's been made public.
Tom Winter, scrambling to us here with that breaking news coming into us. Tom, thank you very much, and for the clear breakdown of what we do and don't know. I really appreciate you being with us, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon. More to come on this front. Appreciate that, pal.
We thank you for watching, and remember.
All right. Maybe I'm late and you've said this already, but is that not Trump's handwriting? It does look exactly like Trump's handwriting. You're not wrong. Trump, I guess, has like bigger like O's. It looks like someone pretending to fake his handwriting. Also, that's not a suicide note. That shit did not. The other thing, too, is like, what's the goal? What's the end goal? You're going to convince people that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? Good luck, man. Like, literally, good luck, man. There's literally a 0% chance that that works. It's kind of like, can I show you guys? I guess Hassan derangement syndrome is just like on the menu permanently now. I'm like looking through like the news, like finding stuff to talk about. I'm like, oh, let's get informed. Let's get updated. Let's see what stupid stories I'll share with you guys. I'm scrolling through and I see this from the Washington Examiner. Unsurprising that Hassan Piker justifies United Healthcare CEO killing Guy Benson. Crime, with the tag crime. Can I say really quickly? There's no amount of framing. There's literally no amount of framing that will change how Americans feel about the United Healthcare CEO. There just isn't. As evidenced by the fact that when Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and all of these right-wingers made videos being like, we need to condemn this left-wing violence. We need to do something about the left-wing violence. It is out of control. Allow me to put it to a hypothetical. The left-wing woke mob, it doesn't matter how many of those videos you're going to make. It's going to get downvoted to shit and people are going to respond. Your own audience, your own conservative audience is going to respond saying, yeah, he seems like a massive piece of shit, man. He seems like a massive piece of shit, and I'm not going to spend any time crying over this sack of garbage. Hello? It doesn't change reality precisely. I mean, like, you guys see this shit? People should have their water limited to 50 to 100 liters of water. They shouldn't be allowed to wash their car or fill a swimming pool. We need to start thinking of water as a resource. This is Peter Letmath, the new president of the International Monetary Fund, who was the executive director of the Nestle Group and claimed that water is not a human right, but a resource to speculate on. Water as a food product like any other one should have a commercial value. Declaring water as a universal human right is something extremist. This unscrupulous capitalist who wants to limit water use for the population is one of the 300 richest people in Switzerland with a fortune exceeding 450 million Swiss francs. But he tells you that people shouldn't be able to wash their car while he dines in a jacuzzi with champagne.
To fill a pool, everyone should have enough clean, safe water to meet their fundamental daily needs. About 50 to 100 liters per day. But not to fill a pool or wash a car. There is a difference. We must transform the way we think about water.
What is this, like, insanely terrifying freeze frame that starts on? Jesus. I'm sure that they're going to cancel Bill Burr any second now for this, right?
It's the stuff that they focus on. You know what I mean? There's a guy from Nestle that doesn't think water is a human right. I mean, that guy should be hunted down and shot. Yeah. Right? And they're going to sit and just talk about, talking about all the, I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, we got to get America back to work. It's like, dude, this guy wants to own the rain. Can we do something about this guy? He was at Nestle. You're supposed to be happy, like making cocoa for people. And this guy's like going, well, people are running out of water. What if we owned all the water and we kept it under our place? And in the future, when everybody's, that's how I picture the guy talking. I want to own the water.
I'm sure everyone is going to condemn Bill Burr any second now, right?
I want to have it underneath my house. And just, I'll come to the door in a robe, slightly ajar. Right? Just a complete animal.
The problem is that there are still some things that are too extreme that even like the most brainwashed American can't get on board with. Like, I'm sorry, you're still going to be hard pressed to find an American that thinks people shouldn't have clean water. That's still, I think we're still on that front. Not to mention when people have to actually experience it. So with healthcare, there's a reason nobody gave a shit. I don't even think that people necessarily had to have been like in the streets cheering for alleged killer Luigi Mangione. The reality is they just can't bring themselves to care about a guy who definitely made their life worse, if not somebody else in their life worse. Zero people left flowers at the site. This is literally violence. The fact that nobody left flowers at his grave, it's literally violence. And someone needs to do something. Someone needs to please fucking do something. Please. Okay, but on the topic of derangement syndrome, can I show you guys something? This is just for like, I just want to do this because I want to do this because I was having fun. And I realized I was having too much fun. And you guys deserve to have some fun too. But dude, Denims enjoyers are so cruel. So mean. I made this post. Look, guys, I finally wore denim. Yay! Cheer, everybody, cheer. Yay! And I also finally retired my skinny jeans. I am now hip. I am accepting my inner Zoomer. And yes, that is what I am now. That is what I am. But this comment, the just for a frame of reference, for anyone on mobile, it's just a photo of me wearing denims. Or denim. With the caption, denims. And this reply says, how much have you spent in lawyer's fees at this point? Comment is so brutal. I could not think of something this mean. 16 minutes between her posting and you responding. That leash tight enough? Question mark. My other one that I really liked. Wait, I wanted to show you guys some of these. Wait. Oh, wait. I really like this one. So unfortunately, it's like kind of in a C. Like a lot of the replies are all being nice. Oh, that was dangerous. That was a dangerous game to be playing. Gulp. I just free scrolled for a second there. Gulp. But a lot of the people are just being nice because they're just, posting normal things to a normal post. Like, all pretty normal. And then there's this one that made me laugh. If only half the replies knew you were a piece of shit human being. Why does nobody care? Oh my god, dude. She can't keep getting away with this. It's so good. And then that's amazing. That's amazing. There's one guy with like this one's pretty good too. So a friend replied and I was like, yay, a reply from a friend. Oh my god. Reply, life is so good. And they're like, that's not what the judge said in the Ethan Klein case. You're so screwed, as pathetic. And then he's going to sue you again. Just wait, it's not over. You're going to have to go through all of this over again because you've done even more. This is beautiful. Huh? Oh, well, why would he sue her again? And they've been like replying in the most schizo way to like as many comments as possible. The voice is the nightmare. Okay. Sir, are you okay? Or sir? Sir? I have to say one of the saddest things about like the Ethan Klein fans or like the people in Ethan Klein's camp. Congrats, dude. The people that are cheering on your lawsuits are like the most anti-Semitic people on the planet. Like these are the bros you got that are like supporting you, man. The guy with a profile that I couldn't create a more anti-Semitic profile on Twitter. Like I literally could not. This is the guy that's in your camp that's like, yes, Ethan Klein, yes, please sue them. Congrats, I guess. Congrats, you got these people in your camp. Okay. You did it. You won the internet. All right. This one also was pretty good. I like these people that reply to my tweets. It'll be like a normal tweet of me. You look like a Muppet. Okay. Are you trying to convince yourself? Everybody else? I don't really know. Sure. Okay. Let me see. There was one more that was really funny. Hold up. Sorry, these replies are pretty good too. I thought this was Pink Panthers for a second. Stop. That's stop. You're cheating because you're using compliments that you know will work. Like, am I supposed to not laugh when I read this shit? Is this supposed to not be like, how is this not comedy? It feels like I'm watching The Onion try and generate insults for me. It's so easy being a whore. Hope this post convinces people to donate for the lawsuit you're inevitably losing. Okay. I like this one. This woman is 39. Sure, why not? You know what, guys? We should start like a disinfo campaign. Anytime I post anything, everyone should say that I'm like a random age. Like anywhere, just put in a random age, anywhere from 20 to 50. Like I post anything. This woman is literally 45. This woman is 21. This woman is 36. I think that would be pretty good. I think that would be pretty good. The other one too that's really good. This has always been pretty funny, but this is another example of it being really funny. Silence, whore. And it's the shoe on head tweet or the shoe on head image. But there's no unsolicited opinion. It's just a photo of me with the text denims. I have to have said an opinion for you to say that. This is a common one where they don't know how to, because they're too stupid to understand how to use memes, which is pretty embarrassing. But like someone has to say an opinion for you to use that. What? Okay. 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 There was one other one that I wanted to show as well. I like these as well. This is the last this is the last one. The last group of insult that I really like. The only thing you're good for, having a decent body. No, OMG. Oh my god, stop. You think you think it's nice? No, stop. Oh my gosh, stop. I definitely haven't been like cutting for like the past 2 months. And I definitely haven't just lost 10 pounds. No! Oh my gosh, stop. Stop it. No, you don't mean that. Like, actually, oh. Oh, stupid sexy denims. Ugh, that's so, you got me, and you should definitely not say that again. That would be awful. That would be terrible. Oh, so you think the body is tea? Oh my god. Oh, Christ. Oh. Okay. Can I also say something else? This one, I've never seen this reply ever before, but this one I think so far has been the funniest one. them asking Grok or some AI, I don't know which AI, whether or not my photo has been edited. Key indicators of editing: skin smoothing / airbrushing. The skin on her face, arms, and midsection appears unnaturally flawless. Oh, thanks. I can tell you're edited because your skin looks too smooth. It's like, I literally live stream, dog. Hello? What are you talking about, huh? If anything, actually, I was kind of mad because when I took these photos, my face is just like a little bit out of focus. But okay. I like this one. Hair. The strands she's holding and the overall hair flow look overly smooth and perfect, with unnatural separation and shine that doesn't match real lighting physics. Huh? Your body is too teague, your skin is too smooth, your hair is too shiny. What the hell? Huh? I mean, okay. I mean, I mean, okay. Sure. All right. People are legitimately going insane in record time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Was there a filter? No. It's just like a high contrast shot. That's it. But okay. I don't really like filters because filters don't really when it comes to like photography, filters will sometimes add colors that I don't want. I feel like if you're going to edit colors, it's better to do it manually, if that makes sense. Like I really like high contrast photos, so like I'll add contrast. It's a very slight filter. No, I don't have a filter on this photo. I just really like contrast in my photos, so like I like to pull I like to bring the saturation up, and I like to bring the contrast up. Because I feel like it looks like more visually interesting. But I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. I like photos that look like they were taken with like flash, like an old digital flash photography camera. You know what I mean? Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I was having a great time. I was having a great laugh. There's just something very funny about scrolling through like a bunch of positive comments, and then there's one person that's like, the AI says your skin is too smooth and your hair is too shiny and the body is too tea, which means you're a fake ass bitch. It's like, okay, thanks. Thanks, I guess. I don't know. Okay. My bad. Go back to the AI post. It's so funny. I think I just closed it. This one is also pretty funny. The lighting on her skin and clothing don't perfectly match the strong window light source on the left. Some areas have a glowy or softened quality typical of post-processing filters. I don't... You mean the giant light that I had in front of me? You mean... My giant light. You mean my giant light that I had in front of me? Is having only the backlight, sometimes the lighting is bad. Yeah. Okay. I don't like Denims. Her light is too big and it bothers me. uh, but yeah. Yeah, it's mhm. Mhm. I didn't even see this one. This is pretty good. There are subtle but noticeable signs of waist hip contouring and possible body reshaping. I'm sorry that my waist is 26 and my ass is 41, man. What do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do? Okay, I'm sorry that I can't buy fucking dresses, dude. Fuck you. All right? What do you want me to do, man? Sure. Sure. It's changed. I think it's changed. This is actually the most annoying thing about, like, every time I get on a cut journey, my proportions don't change at all because I just do body recomp. So it just converts the fat to muscle. See? Changed? All right. What does that say? Okay. What do you want me to do, man? You want me to fit into dresses without having to buy a medium and then getting it tailored? Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I also wish I could buy sets. I wish I didn't have to buy a small top and a large bottom. Okay? I also wish that, man. I wish I could buy sets, dude. All right, dude. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like literally. Is she okay? I used to be 28 to 28, 31, 32 hips with inseam of 32. So hard to buy pants. It's actually annoying, dude. It's actually annoying. I didn't think this was the stream I was getting today, but I can't say I'm upset. Yeah. Wait, if I'm understanding Denim's lore, you're just a pair of pants that took over the body of the person we see on screen, and to not lose control, you need to consume, aka wear a pair of dentists every couple of years. We're on to you, Denims. Gulp. This one's pretty good too. Overall polish, the camera has a heavy Instagram/model filter treatment, enhanced contrast, saturation on the shirt graphic, and a clean commercial look that goes beyond standard phone output. Well, yeah, because I didn't take the photo with a phone. I genuinely don't know how people take photos with their phone. I feel like anytime I take a photo with my phone, it looks like shit. I use like a nice camera. I use a camera and I put it on a tripod. I use like and I have like a little switch and I take the photos of myself. This is a super secret spoiler, but so no one can say anything, but actually I'm holding the remote in this hand. I don't know why my hand is giving RFK red, but I'm actually holding the remote in this hand. Mm-hmm. Don't tell anyone though. Okay, guys, it's got to be our secret. My immersion. At Denims went from talking shit about AI to using it. GG. No, I'm making fun of this other idiot that used it, and I'm showing why AI sucks. Did you hit the gym? I like the idea that you just hit the gym once. God, I wish that were me. No, but I've been trying to hit the gym a couple times. Anyways, why not put the remote in your safe pocket? I don't got that kind of I don't got that kind of freak in me, man. I don't get that. I don't. Anyways. Yeah. Yes, it is true. I do turn up the vibrance and I do turn up the contrast. I do like a high contrast look on in photography. I feel like it always looks nice. Oh, anyways. Someone thinks you did crazy editing on your pic because it looks good is the biggest compliment. Guys, I've been reading a textbook on photography. This is just like, I guess, the denim segment I wanted to talk about. Stuff that I want to talk about. What's your workout routine? 5x5, and I hate it. I just don't like working out. But I'm going to try and, like, delude myself into thinking I like working out. I'm going to try a new experiment where I say, like, I love working out. And I'll tell you guys if it works. And if it doesn't, I guess I'll just end it all. I don't know. Anyways, I got a textbook on cameras and on photography and on learning how to take photos. And like, I've been using cameras this whole time and I don't know anything about cameras. I just put everything on auto and I'm like, that's so weird. Sometimes the photos are good and then sometimes they're bad and sometimes they're out of focus and sometimes the lighting isn't good and sometimes the lighting is good. So I'm like, okay, enough of this. I am going to learn how cameras. And I gotta say, did you guys know you could just like get a textbook and just read it? Wait, really? You do 5x5? That's why you hate working out? Well, the problem is I hate all kinds of workouts. Because my desire is just to be a gamer. That's who I was meant to be. And instead I'm like trying to be something that I'm not. So it's taking all of my willpower. I don't like cardio. I don't like body weights. I don't like machines. I don't like free weights. I don't like strength training. I don't like any type of moving my body, actually. Come to think of it. I like eating food and playing video games and being a fat piece of shit. I don't know how else to describe that in words. I just don't like moving my body ever. None of it is fun. When I've played sports when I was younger, I was like, can't they just make sports that like don't require me to move my body? And then I found esports and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Finally. They figured it out. They figured out how to make sports without needing to move your body. Excellent. Yeah, born to be a fat fucking chud, forced to work out and be healthy. So fucking mad, so mad. So yeah, yeah. The problem is that one, I am pretty sure I have like a bad back. Like I get a lot of lower back pain. And my mom had a lot of lower back pain. And unfortunately, lifting weights is the only thing that makes the pain go away. Which I hate. And then I'm also double jointed. And when you are double jointed and you have hypermobility, the only thing that you can do to prevent joint pain in the future when you're older is to build more muscle. Because I think it's like every pound of muscle you put on is like 4 pounds of muscle of pressure you take off of your joints. So if you want to have like good joints later, the only thing you can do is build muscle, especially if you're hypermobile. So yeah, I have to, and I was mad. I was like, maybe if I work out, it won't make my pain go away. And then I don't have to, and then I'll like psych myself out into not having to work out. And then it actually made the pain go away. And I was like, wait, I don't have joint pain anymore. Fuck. Fuck my fat chud life, dude. Fuck. But I just. So yeah, to an extent, having a build like Canute is not good for joints or for sleep apnea. Well, it's not good for anything, but you know how much work someone like Canute had to put in to get to that point? I'm not going to accidentally look like Canute. I don't like working out enough to accidentally turn into him. Thankfully, it won't happen. I don't think it'll happen. So yeah. But if you're hypermobile, you have muscle atrophy from joint pain. How do you recover from that? Working out. All the research that they have on like people in their 60s starting to weightlift shows that their joints get better as they start weightlifting. But yeah. Denims going, oh shit, I accidentally spent 70 hours lifting again. Fuck, how did that happen? No, I start my workout thinking, God, I don't want to be here. I'm doing my work and I'm like, God, I just want this workout to be over. I'm ending my work and I'm like, finally, I'm almost done with my workout. The workout's over. I'm like, thank God, I am not looking forward to the next one. And that's what I do every day. That's what I do every day. So yeah, I was born to be a gamer and I'm forced to be healthy. So yeah. You're doing 5x5 every day? No, I do. It's 3 times a week. But I try to do cardio on the other days. Just like really light. And I don't even do crazy cardio either. I've just started doing ab workouts, which I just do. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I just started doing 100 sit-ups a day. On days where I'm not doing 5x5, I just do 100 sit-ups. And I'm like, I think this is working. And I've thought about adding other stuff, and I'm like, but I don't wanna. So that's what my life is now. Brother, what? Anyways. Use the cat wheel. Oh, yeah, and then the adding too much crap will wreck your recovery for 5x5. Well, yeah, but that's why I don't add that much stuff. My cardio is... I do 12. I haven't even done it in forever. I don't know why I'm lying to you guys. I haven't done it in forever. The last time I did cardio was like 2 months ago. But I want to do it. AKA, I want it to be done. I just don't want to do it. The last time I did cardio probably was 2 months ago. And it was when I was consistently doing the cardio, I would spend like 10 minutes on the treadmill at the highest incline at 3 speed. And I was like, God, I'm fucking tired. That's enough. So, yeah. I fucking hate cardio. I fucking hate it. I hate cardio. I hate it. But the only other cardio I do is I just like walk. But I don't even walk more than like 5K steps because I don't live in a fucking walkable city. I live in the United States. Brr. Yeah. Planks are fun. I literally work out so hard I almost throw up 3 times a week, but if that shit doesn't work, I did like take myself to work out and I really couldn't do it and I'd force myself to do it anyways and I did throw up once, but that was like over a year ago. Anyways. Smoke weed and then I jog for an hour. You guys are crazy. My baseline is that I don't want to move my body. You think I'm going to get high and then I'm going to want to move my body? What are you must be smoking like literally different weed than me. The second I get high, all I want to do is lay down. The second I get high. You're crazy. All right. Sativa girly pop. Y'all crazy. Y'all insane. They're smoking weed by Celsius. I used to do my deadlifts baked. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're an insane person, bro. The only thing I like to do high, if I'm doing something other than laying down or playing video games, is like, I like to go thrifting high. But I haven't done that in a while. That's really fun. If you guys have never done it, if you hate shopping, get high before you go shopping, okay? Because every item on the rack actually looks so exciting. It's like actually the most elite gameplay that anyone's ever seen. You're like, dude, wait, this kind of does look good. This one too. And this one looks terrible. Oh, wait, this one kind of goes, wait, I wonder if this would go well with, like, it makes you literally reconsider things that you otherwise would have been like, bad, 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 rich people shit, thrifting. Thrifting? Okay. Well, whatever you say. Yeah, I guess. Buying clothes for like $10 is rich people shit. I didn't know that. I didn't quite catch that. I did get a really sick Dolls Kill shirt for like $8 from the thrift store the other day. It was such a good find, bro. It was such a good find. I was like, dude, no way. And if it, okay, look curriculum, it kind of like, I never get to complain about this. I get to complain about it. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Because we looked at this stupid UGOS AI post about this dope top. And there are these like very demonic items that exist in women's clothing. It's basically like, you know, like the onesies that you put on like babies. They started making that for like adult women for some reason. I don't know the technical term for this article of clothing. Rompers? No. No, it's got a little, sometimes they'll have like a little latch next to your coochie. I don't know the technical term. Maybe it's a bodysuit. Yeah. I don't know why they started making this article of clothing. I don't particularly like this article of clothing. And I would like everyone to stop forever with this article of clothing. And things that shouldn't be this are this for some reason. I'm trying to find a photo that like probably is fine to show on stream. Like they just make these clothes now. And sometimes there's no like latch. The bodysuit is hot. What are you talking about? Yeah, and it sucks to wear. But sometimes they're latchless. There's no latch. It's so that it prevents wrinkles on your shirt area. Okay, well, I want you to know, how the fuck do you pee? Okay, first of all, exactly. Fucking exactly. How the fuck are you supposed to piss? Oh, I go to the bathroom 1 second. I gotta take off all my fucking clothes. Because there's no latch. What the hell? But second, I got this like, the Dolls Kill shirt. I totally forgot. I got this shirt. And it's so nice. It's so great. Let me show you. Like, I can't believe I found this at the thrift store. Look at this. And it's like high quality too. It's actually dope. And then it's got like, it's really nice. And so I bought it, but it was like a thrift store that didn't have like dressing rooms and it was like final sale. So I was like, well, whatever, I'll buy it. Anyways, so this thing fit basically perfectly around my waist. But as I was like putting it on, it had, spoiler alert, I had to fucking cut it, a latchless bottom. And I'm like putting it on and I'm like, and it just like gets stuck right here. And I'm like, no, no. What are you, no. And so I ended up just cutting it. I just had to. Why would you make this latchless? Why? Why would you make it latchless? Why would you do this to me? But it does look really nice. It does look really nice. Because it fits. But like, yeah. How about you stop wearing it? Why? Put it on? I don't know. Maybe. Basically, I can't go like, I can't lift them up. I have to put them this way. My earbud. But as you can see, it fits really nicely. Like it really is like a perfect fit on the top. But like, because there's no latch, I can't pull it up. Anyways, where do I hide the two fronts? Well, I'm just going to cut it and like sew it, but. Let me fix my hair. Anyways, sorry. You can sew buttons or latch it on. Yeah, I just can't believe it came latchless. Latchless is crazy, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Stapler. Oh. I can easily add buttons. I was just upset. Cutting it into a triangle shape would look awesome, actually. Yeah, I just need to, like, cut it and sew it myself, but that's easy. Moving on. That's enough. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you guys for coming with me on that journey.
Stay
I just wanted
updated
to
on
share that with you
breaking.
guys and have some fun. But yeah. So annoying. You ever find something that fits perfectly, but it's built for someone who's supposed to have proportionally the same proportions across the board? And so when you try to fucking stretch it on yourself, it doesn't fucking work. Fun came Friday. Yeah. 'Tis the life, dude. 'Tis the life. As an upside down triangle, I feel this pain. Yeah. Do you ever see that video going crazy mode called commentary is bad, low-key? Wait, can you link that? What about the photography part? Which book did you read? Okay, admittedly, I don't know anything about photography, so like I don't want to lead people astray, but I just like Googled like what good book for reading I know nothing about camera help. And they suggested this book called Understanding Exposure by Brian Peterson. And I've been reading that. I don't know if it's good. There might be stuff that's better, so I don't want people to like I'm sure there are people in here who actually do know a lot about cameras. I don't want to offend them because I don't know anything. I didn't even know, like, I know of an aperture. I know of a shutter. I have a concept of exposure. But I don't know anything beyond that. So like, yeah. I do photography. If you need annoying input, I got you. Oh, fuck yes. So I've been reading that. I'll offend photographers for you. Okay, nice. I'm a professional videographer. Oh. I don't know if that book is good or not, but you could literally learn all of this online for free. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm learning it online for free. Hmm? I thought you bought a book. I said I'm reading a book. Hmm? Yeah. I have no clue who that is. I have a degree in photography. Watch YouTube tutorials. Yeah. I can't. Can I suggest something? Can I suggest something really quickly? Just for a brief moment. I can't watch YouTube videos sometimes because it'll be like so much talking, you know? I know it's stupid to say as a streamer, but sometimes I'm just like, could I just read that? Could you just transcribe all the information and I could just read it? If I could just read it, that would be great. I don't get it. It's kind of like why people say manga is always better than anime. It's because manga, you can focus on any page you want for as long as you want. And for the pages you don't care about, you could just go through them. It's the same reason why filler isn't as bad in manga as it is in anime. In anime, it's like, oh, hurry it up. Whereas in like manga, you're like, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And then you could just like go through it. And it's the same thing with like reading. I think your ADHD brain is broken. Yeah, I got the ADHD brain that's broken where it's like, I just can't. Every time I've tried to watch videos on a topic, I'm like, can you go faster? Go faster. Faster. Faster, 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 faster. Go faster. And they just never go faster. Whereas with the textbook, I'm like, don't care. Don't need to know about this. Like the textbook has this whole section on like taking photos of moving subjects. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. So I can read through this pretty quickly. I'm not taking photos of moving pictures. I'm taking photos of a static object. That is what I would like to learn how to do well. Okay. But if you're like watching a video, like they're going to treat every subject and every single topic with the same amount of importance. And they're going to spend the same amount of time. And I'm like, watch on 2x speed. And then there's like so many different photographers. Like, what if I listen to the wrong guy who gives me a bunch of trash information, you know? Anyone can make a YouTube video. I feel like very few people will dedicate themselves to writing a textbook. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, okay? President Trump considers giving legal status to some illegal immigrants, including dreamers and farm workers. Fell for it again award. Beautiful stuff. Taco Trump strikes again. Filler, the fact that people say scenes where characters talk, hang out, or just live their lives between battle arcs as filler is something that's made my soul sad. No, my expectations are too high because I've watched good filler like Avatar. Like, I didn't realize it until the second or third rewatch that most of the Avatar anime or cartoon or whatever, most of it is actually just filler. But every episode introduces like a new facet of someone, and it introduces like a new way that this person interacts with the world or interacts with other characters and develops them in an interesting way. What I say is when I'm describing pejoratively filler, I mean like the beach episode. It's like this episode served no purpose besides everyone went to the beach. And that's it. It's like, okay. So that's what I mean. I'm talking about like bad filler. Your standard for filler is Avatar. That's all it is, though. Well, yeah, I'm saying it's good. I'm saying it's put my expectation for filler as being really good. Like, I feel like I want filler to be really good. I want it to be that quality. And sometimes the filler just isn't, you know? Sometimes most filler, I feel like, especially anime filler, it just doesn't really do much. Bleach Beach episode made me quit. Because, like, there's that entire filler episode where, like, for example, Toph gets makeup done for the first time ever and she gets bullied. But then it strengthens the bond between her and Katara. And up until that point, they've never really been friends and they never really have had each other's back. And then she doesn't understand, like, why the other people in the gang like her. And then she realizes, oh, everybody needs, like, a big sister to take care of them sometimes. And she's that person for her in that moment. So nothing happens, like there isn't like plot progression in any way, but it's like it brings the characters closer in an interesting way. Whereas a lot of filler is just like, oh my God, we can't go to the beach, guys. It's so hot. Oh my God, we're going to go to the beach. Let me guess. What do you think? This bikini or this one? Oh, no. You're right. I should pick this bikini. And then the episode's over. It's like, I fucking hate you. I hurt you. I hate you for making me watch that garbage. No. Oh, Christ almighty. So, yeah. Anyways. Okay, moving on from that. One man's filler is another man's entertainment. I mean, listen, if you like filler, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, man. And to be clear, some filler is good, like Bleach filler arcs. Everyone agrees. There's one, I forget it now, what the arc was called, but there was one arc in Bleach that the filler was like bussin', it was banging, it was juicy, it was wet, it was great. And then all the other filler arcs kind of sucked. Watch a MAGA supporter crash out over his concept of a planned gold Trump phone that's never going to be in the mail. Oh, no.
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the fuck's my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Told they're going to be the best. Talked my son into ordering some. We heard they're going to come out in September. Yeah, we can fucking wait. September rolls around. No, it's going to be November. No, it's going to be the end of the year. They actually stopped taking orders for them in November. Now we can't get any fucking updates on them. Give me my fucking phones or give me my money back.
Only a Trump supporter is IQ deficient enough to look at Donald Trump's long track record of fraudulent business practices and then go put a $100 deposit down on his T1 phone that hasn't even been manufactured yet. 590,000 individuals put $100 of their hard-earned money down on these phones. And Donald Trump said, oh, we'll have it done in 2 months. And he said, oh, it'll be another 2 months. And then those 2 months turned into an updated clause on his, the deposit clause on his website, April 6th, last month, that states just because you put a $100 deposit down on this phone doesn't mean it'll ever be manufactured or that you will ever get it. So effectively, Donald Trump and his sons just stole $60 million from their own supporters. That's right. And you want to know what's even more IQ deficient? Is these people will continue to support him. For crying out loud, the man still has outstanding balances to venues he rented during his campaign rallies, okay? You looked at that and said it was a good idea. I got news for you. You'll get those T1 phones the same day you get your fucking Doge checks. That's never. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follower. You won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye. This came to me after I already made my video, so I'm going to just include it in the end here. Guys, they bought concepts of a phone. Concepts of a phone.
Dude, I feel like if you fall for a scam that obvious, you should know that you need to quit living your current life and go start a new one as a minor. Just go, like, that is your life calling. If you fall for this obvious of a scam over and over and over again, you were not meant for socializing with other human beings. You were meant to get black lung. That is what you were meant to do. That is a sign directly from your God telling you you need to stop. So you meant minor with it. Well, you can't become a minor, okay? But you can become a go to the mines minor. Charlie's been keeping a pretty entertaining tab on the T1 phones as he also ordered one, although I think for the meme, not because he believed in it. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a very funny meme video to make. Yeah, coal miner, don't try to start a life as a miner with an O. Trump will still try to fuck you. Correct, yes. Correct. Our rapist president will try and rape you if you are a minor, as evidenced by his previous history. You know, being in the Epstein files and everything. I think as a miner who does nothing but like mine coal or whatever, I think you might be fine. Oh no. Wait, this video looks like it might eat a little too hard. Commentary is low-key bad. Re-upload. Oh no. This is a video that I would watch off stream, that I would pre-watch. It looks like it might be too juicy, too good, too wet. I saw FD Signifier talk about this. Wait, actually? I've seen it? Wait, actually? What did FD say? Yeah, I'm curious what FD Signifier said. But I don't know if we can watch. Let's see. That's pretty recently. FD Signifier B-sides, right? Well, this might just be the re-uploads. Did he do it on a live? He might have done it on a live. This is pretty recently. Oh, it's very recent. I think. Okay, well, guys, now I have to watch this. I have to watch this on my own time. Isn't this person doing commentary though? Well, yeah, that's why we have to watch it, right? The question is, what do they mean by commentary? Like, if you made a video and you said, like, influencers suck, it's not an epic own to be like, did you consider that you're also an influencer? It's like, no, the idea is like, what we colloquially think of as influencers do suck. Like the Logan Pauls of the world do suck. And I think commentary or commentary YouTube means something more than just people who do commentating, right? In the way that like RedTube doesn't mean every single left tuber. It means red tubers. She's more talking about highly commercialized slop commentary. Yeah, so I kind of like... But I'm also like an enlightened... I was gonna say centrist, but not centrist. I'm an enlightened slopper, where I feel like there are lots of things that are slop, and that's okay. And you can just enjoy the things that are slop. You just shouldn't think that they're anything beyond slop, and that's fine. As long as you accept it, you know what I mean? On the topic of not accepting things. I could not believe I saw this. Ethan Klein accidentally revealed that Hassan is the only account he follows on Twitch. Girl, you need to accept that it's over. Move on. Just like I'm going to move on, because that's all I have to say about that. Be for real. All right. And then... close this stuff. Close. Or not that. Oh my god, dude. For the last 5 years, the YouTube apolitical commentary sphere has produced a metric ton of right-wing drama slop that centered me as the arch villain responsible for all things woke. It even led many of them to take on a pro-Israel stance. Glad to see that the environment is shifting. I do have to say really quickly, it is crazy how many people are like paying their child support, making Hassan hate videos. It's kind of almost, it's a little bit amazing. Oh my God, no way. Oh no. Maybe this would be funny. In 2 minutes, yeah, we'll watch that at maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll watch it. With that, I will be heading off. Please have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. Sorry, we kind of got off tangent. This is just like Thursdays. I think Thursdays we got to change the marketing for Thursdays, guys. I'm gonna get my best minds on the task. Thursdays, I want to like have it be like chill Thursdays, talking Thursdays. I talk every day, but I want it to be like a casual talking. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I haven't thought about it that far ahead. Tangential Thursdays. Casual thoughts Thursday. Thought Thursday? Tangent Thursday. Okay, you guys are kind of cooking. You're kind of cooking. Wait. You guys are actually cooking. Anyways, tea Thursday. Well, with that, I'm gonna head off. I will be back again tomorrow. We will have a nice fun Friday. Flan Friday, excuse me. Where we will do all things flan. I will be making 700 tons of flan, and I will be mailing them to you. You should not eat any of the flan that I mail to you because there is a good chance it will be moldy by then. But unless you're into that sort of thing. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. And see you guys in the next one, everybody. Bye.